The best way to answer that question is an analogy between the game of golf and the field of sales and marketing. See, back 50 years ago, or back in Bobby Jones's day, the actual swing that was taking place to hit the golf ball was exactly the same as today with Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson. The difference is, back then they didn't believe you should have much exercise to tighten your muscles. But today you'll see the physical fit golfer who works out, goes to the gym.
No question.
That's one difference. Then of course you'll also see that the equipment is so much better, which gives a better shot to the golfer. So the same is true in sales and marketing. The 7 fundamentals of selling and marketing will always be the same. What has basically changed is that the consumer is not only so much smarter, but I feel that people have access to stuff that they didn't have back in our day based on all this information that's available. So that kind of is the main change. I think that people can be smarter than they used to be, so we have to be smarter and better than we've ever been.
Well, and I think, like you said before, when we talked about it being a blessing and a curse, the technology, is that people will lean on that and not prepare as well as they probably could have or should have.
Exactly.
So what stayed the same is that all this information is available, all these wonderful trainers are available, books are available, CDs, MP3s, whatever it might be, the way that you learn. Even visually now on YouTube you can get on and see your material. There's all kinds of material. I'm on YouTube. Everything is out there to see. But people are become a little bit more lazy, and they think, well, I'm just going to go in and wing the presentation and see how it goes, because again, there's not as much formal training, at least from what I've seen.
Exactly.
And they're not really paying attention to the fact that they could, like you were saying about golf, they could use the easy swing. But the people that are really good at sales today are the ones that can marry the high tech and the original sort of sales strategies that you and I used, the 7 fundamentals as an example.
And I also feel they do what the great golfer does. They do more practice to get better. Many years ago, I belonged to a club that when Tiger Woods was just starting, he'd come out and we'd hit maybe for 10 or 20 minutes the golf balls. I've watched him 5 to 6 hours with 1 iron hitting golf balls. And that old saying, practice makes perfect, is not always true. Perfect practice makes perfect.
Well, and it makes me think of that quote that says, an amateur does something until he gets it right. A professional does something until he can't get it wrong.
Oh, that's a great one.
And it just reminds me of, especially with Tiger Woods.
Make a note of that one.
Let's make a note of that. Why don't we? But it makes me think of Tiger Woods, who having just won the Masters recently.
How wonderful.
And what an incredible comeback story that is. But it also reminds me of what you just said about him, which is that even during the Masters, before the Masters, all the time, he set up at his home in Florida this incredible practice facility, knowing what these different courses are like, and setting up as closely as possible the real sort of test that he would be facing in these individual situations, so that when he actually goes and does it for real to win a tournament, he already really has a true feel for what that's going to be like.
It's exciting to see.
It
what
is
an
exciting.
example of the true pro.